We got the inflatables. Thoughts on today's game?
We're gonna beat the shit out of them.
Woo! You see this right here? How do you feel about today's game?
We better win, that's all I know.
How do you feel about Dak Prescott after last week's performance?
Dak Prescott has been very consistent with the division. He has took us back-to-back 12-5 seasons. You know what I mean? He has winning records above. You can say what you want about the past 7 years, but on our division, he has been owning it for years.
Are you a Dak rider or are you a Dak hater?
Before he broke his finger, I was a rider. Now, nah. They need to let him go now.
You know Dak Prescott's watching this right now, right? Actually follows the Can Fan podcast.
Look.
Woo! Let's go!
Let's go, baby! Cowboys Nation, son! Let's go! Cowboys Nation represents! Cowboys Nation represents! Let's go! Get out of here!
Crack 'em if you got 'em.
Crack 'em if you got 'em, son. All day, every day.
Crack 'em if you got 'em, Seattle.
Here we are at Lumen Field. And is that a Harry Potter reference? Maybe. I don't know. I've casted a lot of Lumen spells.
Lumen videos.
We want to see Deuce represent. We want to see him repeat. I want some repeats. And I don't need 3 beats if they repeat.
I don't need 3 beats.
I don't need
if
3
they
beats.
repeat.
If they repeat. Let's go.
You don't think we're gonna make the postseason?
Maybe wild card.
So this is
Maybe wild card.
This is where I'm like, I'm good for a good ribbing, but like to say we're not gonna make the postseason, now I can't even argue with you. Because you've sucked. Oh God.
You know it too. You know it.
Who's your quarterback?
Fucking you got it.
This is our year.
Look at those dudes. Look at those dudes. Look at those dudes. Look at those dudes. Let's go!
Let's go, Cowboys! Let's go, baby! Cowboys Nation showing up!
Most pristine athletes in modern history playing in the NFL. Even the offensive linemen are incredibly athletic. I mean, these guys are over 300 pounds, and you know they can
Not only the size, but the speed of the linemen. Are you kidding
fly
me?
on the field.
You're telling me a guy that's 330 pounds meant to block a guy that's 290 pounds is faster than me, a sporty 240?
High 240. High 240. High 240.
I could beat any one of those guys right now, and I've drank a 6-pack.
What? You're wearing Crocs!
My 40 time is better than any of them.
Erroneous! Erroneous!
Erroneous.
Erroneous on all accounts!
I've never been more sure of anything in my life.
How'd I do?
13-5.
Final quarter. Here we go, baby.
CD for the CD, baby.
And I'm going for 2. Woo! I don't know why my safety was just playing off so far.
Tackle him.
Yeah, well, I might be a boomer, but you sound like a pipsqueak. You don't even know how old I am.
No.
You little shit. You didn't win the game, I lost it.
Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to
Call
get
that a
open
throw?
in key situations.
I might be old, but at least I don't still piss my pants.
Protect you and your loved ones with Crackem VPN.
Ever heard the game Marry, Kill? Okay, like, yeah, I'm gonna give you 3 people, and you're gonna decide who will you marry, who will you who will you kill?
Okay.
Jerry Jones, Dak Prescott, and Tony Romo.
Marry Jerry. He's got all the monies. Probably Tony. Dak Prescott. Gotta kill him.
I'm gonna Romo.
She's gonna with Romo.
I'm gonna marry Dak.
She's gonna marry Dak.
I'm gonna kill Jones.
She's gonna kill Jerry Jones. Who will you marry? Kill between Jerry Jones, Dak Prescott, and then Tony Romo.
I'm out.
Jerry
I'm out.
Jones, you.
So Jerry.
Jerry.
AJ's back, baby.
AJ is back.
I'm back.
I swear we say, or at least I say this about 10 times a year. I feel like it's been a while since all three of us have been together in the same room.
Well, I think that's true. When was the last time we were? It was the week. It was just last week.
Well, you went to Vegas in September. I went to Vegas in August. BW1's up to go to Vegas in October. You just have to go now.
So, even just if you're in and out.
You just got to go by yourself. Man. You just got to go by yourself and then get back. Watch, we'll get
okay.
Ad leaves us when we fly down to San Francisco on the 26th. We fly down there.
Yep.
Ad rents a car just to drive to Nevada to get to Vegas for one day and back.
No, I mean I might do it on that Monday.
You wouldn't.
I will.
No, you wouldn't.
I would.
You know, we got to edit.
No.
That Monday is reserved for us editing the Cowboys Can Fan versus San Francisco 49ers game day vlog.
Crack them if you got them.
Crack them if
oh,
you
shit.
got them.
I better grab them. Crack them if you got them, son.
And that game day vlog will be sponsored by Drip.
Spicy seltzer. They're not spicy, but crack them if you got them.
Where are the crack?
Right here. You need one? Here. Oh, the tables have turned, my friend. He leaves for a week, and now, oh shit! Now the teacher has became the apprentice.
Well, I mean, I had to do some tosses to you. I mean, we had Anth sitting over there, and I was sitting over here all my lonesome, and I was tossing them.
I'd had to toss the drinks to me around that pillar. A couple were good, a couple were missed. But AJ, you were in Vegas for Legion of Skanks Vegas comedy thing. How was that?
Skank Fest?
Yeah, you know I'm not going to name the thing right.
No, that's fine. No,
you named things. Almost like Alex names people.
Yeah, that's true.
Go ahead and crack me if you got it.
Crack me if you got it.
No, I say Anth would be more like, Anth would be like Skankafest.
I know one word of the title. And then I just jumble it up. But how was it? Was it fun?
It was fun. It was good. Good times. My first real Vegas experience. But I just hung around Fremont.
What'd you think of Fremont?
Area. It's cool. I mean,
you didn't make it to the Strip at all.
No, you made it to Old Vegas, the Strip.
Fuck the Strip. But look, it was definitely. I think I would have had much more fun, obviously, if I was with the Can Fan crew.
Yeah.
So I do hope that we get a Cowboys being hosted by the Las Vegas Raiders next year. Is that for sure?
It's $100 P. $100 P.
Yeah, $100 P.
We
just don't know the dates yet.
The dates just because they always know who they're gonna play.
Okay, well this is it then.
Cowboys are playing in Vegas next year, and we're in the
Can Fan takes on Vegas.
Can Fan on the Strip. Oh God.
I mean, Ad and I have been there together already for Can Fan, but
we have
whatever.
Yeah, but not with this loose cannon.
Not with that.
I'm not gonna lie to you. And am I proud of it?
I hope you would never lie to us.
Am I proud of it? Am I not proud of it?
He had a
what?
A prostitute.
That would be the best.
Well, here's the thing.
Ever.
Here's the thing. Potentially, yes, because I went out and came back and woke up.
Oh no.
3 times in a row, just blacked
No
out
way.
by myself.
Hey, it happens.
Not by myself. I was with at the comedy.
I told Tay when I got back from Vegas. I said when I got back from Vegas last month. I said, "Hey Tay, I know how you can tell if there's a working girl or not." And she said, "How?" I was like, "If they talk to you." So I said to the guys I was with, "Watch this, guys. If this group of chicks walks by and I say hey and they keep walking, they're like, ugh, why are you talking?"
Yeah,
not working girls. If a group of girls is walking by and I go hey and they turn and go, "Hey, how are you doing?" Working girl. 100% every time.
Yeah, and I definitely experienced that, but I've been to Thailand. I can smell a whore from a mile away. Okay, but no, it was funny because I get I'm fine with it when I'm drunk, I get I get a little like. Just don't I'll be like, don't fucking touch me. No, just like I tell them, just leave me alone.
Oh, you get aggro, Jay.
A little aggro. If you're just walking by and saying hi, whatever. But if they start to like grab me to stop me from walking, I'm like, don't fucking touch me.
Yeah.
And so I know I said that a couple times, but
You better tell this sumbitch to walk the fuck out right now.
The thing was when I was there were so many other people, and Skankfest, you can tell by the name the people that go to it, right?
Yeah.
So I think the hookers had just been run out of town because they're like, this is not, we're not going to find any work for the next week.
No, there's no money.
Boner? Is Boner one?
So I might have just yelled at a waitress who was trying to get me a drink.
Hey, do you want a drink? Fuck you. AJ, we'll quickly touch on it with you. The New York Giants game. Just give us, I know this is asking a lot, a 1-sentence wrap up of the New York Giants game, what you thought about it.
1-sentence wrap up.
Yeah, or you know,
well, he says
something.
one sentence. He knows it'll translate to a 2-minute spiel, which we're completely comfortable with.
Happy we won, but I would have taken the loss if it meant we could have kept Lawrence and
Interesting.
Parsons.
I kind of got mad at Ad for saying that.
Yeah.
I got mad at Ad.
No. Listen,
1 and 3 is a death sentence, man.
It is.
1 and 3 is a playoff death sentence.
Okay, but 1 and 3 is a playoff death sentence.
Playoffs.
However, if it's 2 and 3 either way after the Steelers game,
I see what you're saying,
right?
But if
we haven't lost that game yet.
We haven't lost that. If they can get to if the Cowboys game, we're going to talk Steelers-Cowboys because that's the Sunday night game coming up. But if the Cowboys can get to the bye week at 3 and 3 and get Micah Parsons back after that bye week, then you got to take that one.
When Can fans present and accounted for?
Hell
yeah. Yeah, we will be there.
We will
Micah
be
Parsons,
there.
Deron Bland possibly coming back that game too. A couple heavy hitters coming back. Guys, these next 2 games, we talked about this being some meat and potatoes of the schedule. It goes Steelers, then you got the Lions. I don't know if you guys watched that Lions-Seahawks game on Monday night.
Oh, yeah.
It was insane. It was the best game of the year. The Lions' offensive running game and Jared Goff being very accurate, they're going to ass fuck the Cowboys defense. So we have to beat the Steelers. This game, to get to that 3 and 3 becomes very important because that running game that the Detroit Lions have with Montgomery and Jamar Gibbs looks terrifying.
Yeah, without having Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence on the line, it looks even worse.
But you can't get past the Steelers. You got to beat the Steelers. You got to show up this Sunday against the Steelers.
Well, before we go into the Steelers preview, should we talk a little bit about some of the news that's circulating? Get it out of the way. I mean, since the news was circulating hot and heavy this morning about the Davante Adams stuff, and then
very nice. And can I just tie it together?
Sure.
Brandin Cooks is going to be out for this game and potentially longer
with a virus or some shit.
He got something. He did something after the game, and I think he got an infection from it.
Zombies.
Yeah, he got bit by a zombie at
He got scratched by that Thailand cat.
Yeah, I told you go get your shots. Still no rabies, by the way.
That's good.
No, but he's out, and something to do with a surgery or a little procedure, and then he got infected.
You know what it sounds like?
Vasectomy.
No, well,
vasectomy. Jones is just
I
hey,
hope not.
B. Cooks, get a vasectomy.
Was the surgery to get rid of the infection, or you got the infection because of the surgery?
I'm gonna go look. It's because of the.
Yeah, let's bring it up.
Oh, interesting.
Hey, we got Sapboy back in the house. I don't have to fiddle around with this.
Feels good.
Feels good.
And I'm excited to see what guest we have show up on Sunday. Not talking about Big Chris, but it is October.
Holy shit!
It is October. I wasn't sure if
that's
AJ's got a trip to go on every Sunday for the next month.
He's AJ. You'll officially be gone for 5 games for us.
I know, and I hate to do it because I still collect 1/3 of our paychecks. But even though I'm here for 1/3 of the season, 1/3 of the season, I guess it works out. But I'm not sure yet. If there's any requests of who you'd like to see in October whilst I do my Sunday sabbaticals, please put it in there. But I have a couple ideas. I don't know who's coming Sunday, to be quite honest. But yeah, that is going to be interesting. Okay.
I was going to say, is it going to be Brandin Cooks' infection?
Before Alex reads about Brandin Cooks' infection that he got from AJ, I just wanted to give a shout out to chat. I mean, we just went 10 minutes without saying anything to our friends.
It's not very people's champ of you, by the way.
I know. Hey, listen, AJ's back from Skankfest. He needs the time. We need to get caught up with our first and foremost IRL person.
Yep.
But hey, chat's in the house. Kilo C's there. Bandwagon Baba says, nice hat, Anth.
Shout out.
That is nice. Tartan pattern.
Yeah,
and
it's our Scottish roots.
Radical 808 says, "Oh man, we're cooked." No pun intended.
Ooh,
and then
I see.
EJ Savage, Boys in the Zone, says, "I heard about the show from my friend." Laugh crying emoji.
Yeah. Well, EJ been one of our most standing soldiers.
Yep.
And also Bot G here too.
Yeah, Bot G, a day effing one, who we will be seeing in San Francisco.
Big month, guys. It's a big
We got
month.
a big month. We're seeing our boy Boots. It feels like it's been too long. Not seen him for all of September. It feels like now we're going the longest without seeing Boots. But anyways, we got some news to attend to. Brandin Cooks, what kind of staph infection did Cookie Wookie get?
Okay, well, I'm going to summarize it quickly because Brandin Cooks, after Thursday night, started feeling some discomfort in his knee. So he stayed in New York and New Jersey. Sounds like he's maybe he owes some people some money. I've been watching a lot of mafia movies, by the way.
Have you?
Oh yeah.
Do you ever deep dive YouTube mafia shit? That's pretty.
That's what got me into it.
Okay,
That's what got me into it.
That's where it all starts, man. You watch something on YouTube, you're like,
I always wonder how the fuck are these guys still alive and they're out here talking like, oh, and this is what we used to do when I knew Bobby Gombani, and
because they ratted and then they survived just long enough for all the other guys to just not care anymore.
At one point, a wise guy's gonna get his due. Those guys are gonna get clipped.
But here's the kicker: Cooks went to an independent doctor for an
weird.
injection to help with soreness, and then he got an infection.
Oh, so he got in the meniscus, man.
Yeah.
So it sounds like his meniscus got infected. So that's inside, like that's
undetermined length of time, right?
I wonder what type. I wonder if he went for like something like PRP or something like that. Like not, you can't do stem
Don't
cells.
act like people know what fucking PRP is.
Plasma rich protein or protein rich plasma.
What, did you hear that on the fucking Joe Rogan?
protein rich plasma sounds like not plasma rich protein. That's like they mixing blood in.
I don't know if it's protein.
Yeah, it's just like it's your coagulated protein.
Well, no, they so what they do is they draw blood from you, they put it in a centrifuge, and then they inject it back into that spot.
Yes. So, but the protein rich
real science.
plasma makes sense, right?
Is it? Yeah, not
plasma rich protein would be disgusting.
Imagine slugging back that slurp or that protein shake in the morning. So he essentially his meniscus, the meniscus is that rubber band, kind of acts as a rubber band in your knee. He probably hurt that a little bit, and he was trying to just get that juiced up a little bit, and now he's got an he's infectoid.
Okay, it's not protein rich plasma. It's platelet rich plasma.
Oh,
okay.
So
it makes it more sticky.
Yeah, and Michael Clark says, y'all stop acting like the playoffs are tomorrow. It's
Playoffs.
It's week 5.
Hey man, we just said get to the bye week in 3-3. Hey, dude, we're the one set of Cowboys fans that we're ride or dies, man. I don't give. I'd be honestly, if the Cowboys have to battle out the whole year instead of grinding, that's what we want. We want them battling. I want every game to feel like could be a loss. I don't want any games this year that I'm like, oh, they should win, which I already had that happen to me. I thought they were going to fuck up the Saints, and look what happened. So I'm battle-tested, battle-ready. The playoffs start Sunday night.
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe fuck yourself.
You ain't wrong.
He goes, week 5 last year, we were 3-2 before we lost to the Niners. Then we still went 12-5.
Wow. Hey man, look, no one's arguing, but it's just nicer to have more wins than losses. We can at least agree on that.
You know what? Michael Clark wants to clarify. I wasn't talking about you guys. You're my can fan fam.
No,
appreciate the clear up.
We can. Hey, look, we can handle it. We can fucking take it. Okay, we can take the criticism.
I can't.
Actually, not from this guy. Josh Hudson just showed up in chat and he says, y'all are not good. So I don't.
Does he mean the Cowboys or us?
Yeah. Are you, Josh? Can you clarify? Are you talking about the Cowboys or are you talking about Cowboys?
Yeah, talk about the Cowboys however you want, but you do not talk about.
I was gonna say the opposite. You talk about the Cowboys, or you talk about us however the hell you want, but you better not say anything ill about the Cowboys.
You pick your poison, my man.
So, guys, this is the more important thing. Cooks is now out for multiple weeks.
Out for multiple weeks, and you of course
not good.
On the same day that this news comes out, or maybe very close within 24 hours, we have Davante Adams being rumored to be on the trade block, potentially, from the Las Vegas Raiders, where I just was. Maybe I went there, put a little word in, started circulating some rumors. I don't know.
DA.
Just
Can
do
I call you
it.
DA?
Just do it. Just do
fucking
it. Just
DA.
do it.
Hey, DVA. Hey, DVD DMIA. Just kidding. Dallas Cowboys fan, AJ Johnson here.
What do you guys think about all this? The Davante Adams coming out saying that he wants to get traded away from the Raiders. Of course, as soon as you hear that, Cowboys fans, I think as soon as I heard it, I put it in the DMs. I made a post about it. I would love it. Does it make sense? Would you guys want it with the Brandin Cooks thing? Maybe.
Well, we kind of had a little back and forth, and then my first initial thought was like, absolutely, and then I go and look at
then AJ stats it up, looks at the contract.
Simple thing. I just go and look at and I'm like, no, there's no way that they could handle this. But then after I went ahead and spoke my mind without doing any research, then I read, and it of course it could be doable. You have to do your kick the can down the road moves, which is pretty common nowadays, and then there's also some other like adjustments that they can do in the accounting room to make it work. But to answer your question directly, I would love to play a game called, I was thinking of what to call it. I think should or would, or should and would. So do you think they should do it, but do you think the Cowboys would do it? In this case, it would be should or will they? But I think they should do it, because now with Brandin Cooks gone, and even with Cooks on the team, it was still like, we probably have the worst wide receiver core in the league. I mean, without CeeDee Lamb, it would be dismal.
Yeah.
But you might be able to say that about a couple teams. But now with Cooks gone, who is going to be there? And Cooks wasn't even really holding down his own.
Jalen Tolbert.
Maybe Flournoy will get a chance now.
But do I think they would? There's absolutely no way the Cowboys are going to give up a second-round pick for a wide receiver. They're going to go spend that on someone who's going to be ready 3 years down the road.
Yeah, they're going to get a Sam Williams, or they're going to get a Luke Schoonmaker.
Well, if we couldn't afford Derrick Henry,
well, I don't. Yeah,
we sure as shit aren't affording Davante Adams.
But this is
especially after we just paid a #1 receiver.
But this is a bit different too, because you have to give up draft capital. So I think that I don't think they want to pay him because they can't afford him. But in their brains they can't afford him. But they also have to give up draft capital. So it's almost like a double fucking knock. But do you think they should, and do you think they would?
I think they should, and I don't think they would.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make mine easy, and I'm the same as you guys over there.
I'm the same as you guys.
It's not the best game. We got to work out the wrinkles.
It got me talking like an Eagles fan. Use guys. I'm with use guys.
Yeah. Holy shit.
But of course, and I've had people, like I posted yesterday with a picture of Davante Adams saying, "Please God, for all who only please sign him or at least reach out to him."
Yes.
And everyone's like, well, that's not going to fix the running game. That's not going to fix the defensive tackles. Well, yeah, if there's a running back or a defensive tackle that's on a trade block, of course I want to get them too. But that's not what the headline was the last 24 hours. The last 24 hours was an all-pro wide receiver that's on the trade block.
And it wasn't until this morning that and who knows, when you hear counter posts coming out saying the Cowboys are going to pass or not taking them. It's like, you just don't know. Anybody can tweet anything without anybody checking sources. So, I mean, we know they aren't going to go for him.
They're not.
They're not going to go for him.
They're not. And I would rather the Cowboys trade for some sort of, to be honest, I'd rather them trade for like a B tier defensive tackle or linebacker or wide receiver than try to get the knock it out of the park type guy like Davante Adams. But either way, I don't think the Cowboys are just going to roll in looking like bums.
Kyle in the chat goes, fans, we want Derrick Henry. Jerry, best I can do is KJ Henry. That's a shirt. That's a shirt right there.
That's good,
funny.
Kyle.
That's
Very
a great
good.
one.
Very good. You get a hand job from me next time I see you.
Boner?
The issue, I think, is, yes, there are many holes, and I see this argument a lot, and maybe I get pigeonholed in it too. It's like, no, before we do anything else, we need to resolve this.
No, just make your team better.
It's like, sure, maybe Davante Adams is not going to solve any issues on defense. That's true. But at least it puts another psycho body out there on the field, and we could score. We can be confident that we're going to be able to score 30 points a game.
Yep.
And if you have that, it's like, okay, we can suffer through these next few weeks without DeMarcus Lawrence and without Micah Parsons and Sam Williams, who we can't forget would have been awesome to have right now with these two guys out. I would have loved to see what he could do, being one of the main dudes to call on, right? Because he had some awesome
He had a good
stats.
good 2 years, man. For the
Awesome
time,
stats.
the time that Sam Williams had played, the amount of playing time that he had made plays. So it would have been great. This would have been a perfect opportunity for the guy, but unfortunately that's not the case. And the Cowboys are going into it against the Steelers with a banged up defense that had already been kind of on their heels. So it's like, having a good offense is a good defensive fix. You know what I mean? Like you could get Davante Adams, which could extend plays, which could put up more points on the board, which in turn helps your defense without directly helping your defense.
Well, I'm glad you're bringing that up because
I'm going to just bring up this.
That's what I was just going to ask you to do, AJ.
So, look, long story short, if the Cowboys end up signing Davante Adams, awesome. Everyone's happy in this room, but we're not holding our breath nor making bets that it's going to happen.
No, definitely not.
I did see, and we've already played the should or would game, but who should we then sign? Should we still try to sign a receiver? In this situation, there's a couple. I saw a post saying go for Sutton or
hell, man, I'm reaching out to
Cooper.
the Browns for Amari Cooper. The Browns are gearing up to move Amari Cooper. They're gearing up to make all the moves to move on from him. And if the Cowboys could get him back at cheap for like a 4th and a 5th round, or like,
do you think that Jerry would go and do that?
No, because it's admitting that he was wrong trading him away in the first place.
I like him better 2.5 years later. He wasn't ready for the NFL when we had him the first time.
He wasn't NFL ready.
You know, Jerry would never ego attack himself like that by trading away a player, getting criticized for it for only getting a 5th, and then trading him back getting him back and like losing a fucking 3rd or 4th. That's what I mean. Yeah. He would never ever trade a higher pick for what he gave Amari Cooper away for.
And it really sucks. You know, the reason behind that is if Jerry Jones was the owner, he would have that separation where he could, or just the owner, he would have that separation where he could blame it on the GM.
Yeah.
And then say, well, I wanted him back, so Big Jerry went out and got him, and he'd be a hero.
Well,
but he puts himself in this position, and it fucking sucks.
Yeah, you're right, though. So actually, that's a good point. And this probably won't happen, but let's just say he's trying to get some sort of like cachet back with Cowboys Nation. There is a movement that's happening where it's fire the GM, Jerry. I don't know how much steam it still has. It was pretty big coming into the game last week. But like it could be one of those things where you have so many players that are injured right now. You didn't make the move like Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry goes off and he has a massive fucking game.
Last 2 games.
The last 2 fucking games, Jerry Jones. So now
his entire fucking career has been
one against the Cowboys.
Reel.
One against the Cowboys.
I know.
Yes.
So like possibly it could be one of those things where it's like, look, you do this move. Cowboy Nations will say you did the right thing here, regardless if it's bruising your ego. This is a way to get that cachet back with Cowboys Nation. It probably won't happen, but I'm just saying, in my mind, if I was on Team Cowboys right now, I would say, hey, we could do this. This is probably the right move. You haven't done any moves. You need to show Cowboys Nation and the team that you are here and that you are all in.
I'm here. Jerry Mahomes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Again, Jerry being Jerry, why the fuck isn't Dalvin Cook on the fucking squad right now?
I'm in the camp of he's had a couple bad years. He's not there right now. He's not showing more than Zeke or Rico Dowdle. Well, we got to trust that. We got to trust that the coaches can at least tell if a running, like, you can't tell me if Dalvin Cook was ripping it up, they wouldn't. Right now would be the perfect time.
Yeah.
So it's more of, well, why aren't they then? They should. Like, they're clearly not for a reason.
Yeah.
And he sucked last year. Dalvin Cook sucked last year. Wasn't very good the year before. So it makes you kind of wonder a little bit.
Gosh, I wanted Derrick Henry. Anyways,
yeah, me too.
Sorry, AJ, I keep stalling you from going into the injury report.
Just the IR, baby. The injury report for Week 5 here. And
Sunday night, guys. Sunday fucking night football. Don't love the late night games. I don't. But
are you calling in?
I love Sunday.
Are you going to go into work late the next day?
No, I will be there. I'll be on Thursday night, AJ, just because you weren't here. Slept at Adams. Was up at 4:20 a.m. to leave for work from here. 4:20, baby. Didn't even get stoned, but it was a shitty Friday. Let's just say that.
Depending on what happens with the big fella, I might have to not go into the office the next day and give him a ride back to the port. We'll see.
Okay, injury report.
Sunday night game.
Cowboys versus Steelers injury report.
Week 5.
By Josh Sanchez. Sounds like a fake name.
Good name.
Oh, fucking relax, Dak. Don't yell at Cooks like that. He has that helmet on.
You got a meniscus infection? Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, you freak. Leper.
Hey. Coach, Cooks has a staph infection. Stop telling him that.
Well, is that like? Would that be a staph? It probably is a
staph infection is bad because it could get it could transfer. It
Into your
transfers
blood.
by sweat, right?
Well,
And it goes-
Oh, yeah.
My guess is it's got to be something like that.
Well, whatever. He went to a shady New Jersey doctor.
He met like he met some guy outside the game.
The doctor
This
from The
guy
Simpsons.
outside the
doctor
game?
from The Simpsons. Who's the doctor from The Simpsons?
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, I'm Dr. Nick.
He's like just smoking like, yeah, I can fix that for you.
Yeah.
Again, pulls out his fucking little injection kit.
He comes out. Cooks is trying to get to the bus, and he pulls up. He's like, "Hey, buddy. Hey, guy. Hey, buddy. I see you limping over there. Is your meniscus all
Hop
messed
in.
up? Hop in.
Hop in.
Come over to my Sprinter van. I got some injection. I got a
Yeah,
safe
you-
injection site.
No, he's in an MVP.
This is gonna start
Or
smelling.
MPV.
This is gonna start smelling right after. I do it.
Don't worry about it.
I mean,
if it
it's working.
smells, this means it's working.
If it's red and stinks, it's working.
You know what they say? Sometimes your body needs to fight that infection at first to get the bad out to have the good come in.
Okay,
All right. Enough riffing on that.
I'm just trying to find the actual
little-
list.
that
here.
little
Are you on
Fuck's sakes.
DuckDuckGo?
Well, yeah. Okay, let me pull up another one because that sucks.
Wei J is going to look for the injury report.
Well, while he's looking it up, hit some chat.
Okay, so Josh Hudson says, you realize how scary this team would be with Derrick Henry behind the offensive line? And
More scary than now.
yeah. and to think that all they had to do was...
Totally. Wait, yes. Tenfold, man.
And to think all they had to do was pay Dak last year and they would have had $10 million to pay Derrick Henry.
Or CD.
Or CD.
Pay CD last year. Same shit. They would have had enough money.
Hey, yo.
Nate
What's up, Nate Dogg? Oh, now. Okay, I feel like
Nate shouldn't get that?
I feel like because of the mafia movies that I've been watching, as I mentioned, that we're in one house.
Yeah.
Like we're in one family and Nate's in another family. We've been to war, but we
Yeah.
also we'll
We
break
respect
bread.
each other. And Nate kind of looks like he's in the mafia.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, fuck, definitely. What are they called?
Capo?
Associate.
Yeah.
Like he's definitely on his way up. But
Well, sorry. Side quest. What was, out of all the movies that you've been watching, just tell me right now, off your list, gun to your fucking head, which one is the only mafia movie you could watch for the rest of your life, based on the ones that you watched? Based on the ones that you watched.
Well, a
Man.
mafia movie that you could rewatch all the time, it's an easy answer.
No, it's not your answer. It's
No,
his
but
answer.
I don't know, honestly. Like
that he watched recently?
Casino has good moments.
It's too long.
It's too long, and then it also like just dies out at the end.
Yeah. Like, I don't care about Sharon Stone.
Goodfellas is okay.
Okay.
That was my answer.
That was my answer. Holy fuck. That's a chat's answer, too.
What is Departed considered mafia?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
It's between Departed and Goodfellas for me.
Yeah.
I would go Goodfellas, for sure.
AJ, I need to know your answer now.
Yeah, now I need to know your answer.
I'm still thinking, like, because honestly, I've been a little bit let down.
Mickey Blue Eyes.
I got on it. Okay, let me get back to you next week because I got to go through my run.
Okay.
Yeah, well, next Wednesday we can come back.
I mean,
but like, Goodfellas is good, but it's just it's there's some moments that could have been so much better, but they limited some of the. I know there are very violent scenes, but there are some scenes where they did limit the violence, and that's in Casino as well.
We might have to do a side quest
Yeah.
chat on this.
Okay.
Nate Dogg says Godfather Part 2 also up there as like contention.
Godfathers are what I have to watch.
I've never seen them.
There's not been a good
Bro.
mafia
seen 'em.
movie since like 2000s. Or I shouldn't say not a good one, but not one that's where I'm like, oh
Sold on
wow. And before that, there's just some outdated things, I guess. But look, not hating on them. I'm comparing. These are all A movies, but I'm comparing them within that A movie window.
Okay.
Departed probably. Let me just be
Departed
honest.
is fucking great.
Okay.
Hey,
Pittsburgh.
they're both Scorsese movies.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Yeah, Pittsburgh Steelers injury report for this came out today, Wednesday.
Okay.
So we got I'll read the big. Well, I'll just read them all. Russell Wilson,
Mr. Unlimited.
Mr. Unlimited. Yeah,
Be careful though.
Mr. Unlimited being limited off being.
Yeah.
you know
That's
what I'm saying.
funny.
Jalen Warren, running back, with a knee, did not practice. Jeremiah Moon,
These are
linebacker,
not real names.
ankle, but he had a full practice. I'll just read the did not practices.
Yeah.
Nick Herbig, linebacker. Alex Highsmith, linebacker. Lots of linebackers down. Michael Pruitt, knee, tight end, did not practice, and also Cardero Patterson with an ankle.
And he's been getting he's been getting some reps, so that's good. Oh shit, toss you one. Yeah, okay, here we go. Ready? There, nice catch.
Well, next time you just tell me, AJ, and I'll go.
Toss me one, son.
I'm not usually on this side.
I
of
know
things.
it's weird.
I'm kind of I'm like switching from QB to wide receiver. So not really any major names there that I can pick up, but the linebackers, it looks like there could be some thinness there.
You can tell that it's starting to get into the season, though. The injury reports are starting to get a little bit heavier than they were in the first few weeks. So it's interesting to see. Just
every team, not just the Cowboys, are facing injuries.
Oh yeah,
like this is.
But the Cowboys got look at this here, son.
Oh my!
Look. Okay, so put the players that are on the Cowboys. Oh my God! Yep. Yeah, and you don't even. I'm just gonna say before we get this list, you don't even have DeMarcus Lawrence on there because they put him on IR.
Right.
So he's not even on the injury report.
So Bland as well.
Yeah, and Bland. So you got to start off with those two cats, Deron Bland and DeMarcus Lawrence, both pivotal parts of this defense. They're not even on the injury report because those dogs are on IR. Ow! Ow!
Those bastards. Marquise Belfort, Kalen Carson limited. Brandin Cooks did not participate.
Zombie knee.
Yeah, zombie knee. Zombie Cooks is out. Malik Hooker. Got it.
Nailed it.
But just a rest. Eric Kendricks rest. Jordan Lewis rest. Zach Martin rest.
That's good.
And Micah Parsons ankle. So it doesn't matter. Take it. The only 4 guys who are missing are huge.
Massive. So you're telling me like a team where you could have DeMarcus Lawrence, Micah Parsons, and Deron Bland out there compared to the Steelers list? Like right now, the Cowboys are severely handicapped from the injury list, and that's just part of the NFL, baby. I'll say this, better to get it done now than later, as long as they can stay in contention.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at the receiving core, which we're going to break down in terms of like, okay, go ahead, crack me if you got
him, son.
We look at the receiving core and who the Cowboys have playing defensive backs against the Steelers. I feel a little bit better this game than I did last game, right?
That's true.
So, I mean, I think Justin Fields has had a hot hand the last 4 weeks, but
they did lose last week,
which again. And you said to me, I think on Thursday night game or sometime this week, and you're like, oh, I'm not worried about the Steelers. Not worried about the Steelers. I don't know if you said you were worried about them now with it, but for some reason I've always had this like.
I don't think I said that. I am worried about the Steelers.
Okay.
I'm definitely worried about the Steelers.
Okay, because I'm worried.
They're 3-1, man. I'm worried about both these next games, Steelers and Lions. The Steelers defense is really good. The Cowboys offense hasn't looked great. We're going to dive into this. But the Steelers offense is going to have their biggest layup of the year playing against this Dallas Cowboys defense. So I'm completely nervous for this game.
I'm not trying to say because I missed 2 shows. So, but I do remember
for a long time.
I do remember. We added the show, so it kind of. I didn't know we were doing the Hangover on Monday, and then that's the day that I.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, booked my flight. I think. Yeah. So,
I'm surprised you're here, to be honest.
Last time I do remember Ant being worried about the Steelers game.
Yeah,
as well. But I don't know. Maybe things change. I can't.
You got bandwagon Bob on your side. I got bandwagon boy too on my side.
Things change, Mox.
People change. I like trains.
I like trains.
I think he's on steroids.
Well, let's have a look. This is ranked out of 32. And you know what? I don't think any one of us did talk to Bryson, the
we
local
didn't.
Steelers
I
fan.
wish we would have got him on.
Well, let's see if he'll get on before.
We'll see if he can come on Sunday for a little.
I'm sure he could. The good thing is it's a Sunday nighter, so I'm sure we could get him on pregame.
Bryson's just going to say this. You know, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game out there. And I'm rooting for my Steelers.
But he's going to
want Dak to have a good game.
Yeah, he's going to be conflicted.
yeah.
Bryson's got a serious confliction coming up because he loves Dak Prescott, but the way Bryson is, he's going to want those Steelers to win over Dak Prescott.
Absolutely. Well, it looks rather close in overall, but they're kind of on the opposite ends of the spectrum, aren't they? We got the Dallas Cowboys ranked 10th, Steelers 7th, and that's overall. For defense, the Dallas Cowboys ranked 20th.
And this is the only reason they jumped up so much was because they only allowed 15 points against the Giants, and they only allowed like 26 or 27 rushing yards against the Giants. Besides that game, if they wouldn't have had that nice little booster on Thursday night, What if you guys saw that they were 20th, that defense, do you think they're 20th? Do you think there's 12 worse defenses in the NFL than the Cowboys?
You got to consider who we played. The Ravens looked real. The New Orleans Saints game was not.
It was awful.
Was not that was a really embarrassing game.
But the Browns suck.
But the Browns suck. Yes.
The Browns are shit. The Giants are probably the Browns and the Giants are probably. I don't want to say the Giants are one of the worst teams. They had a good game against the Commanders earlier in the year, but I think 20th for the defense is a little inflated.
High. Oh, sure. And then Steelers is 8th, so 20th Cowboys, 8th for the Steelers on defense and offense. The Cowboys are ranked 14th, and the Steelers are ranked 23rd.
So what out of those rankings there, guys, what do you think is going to be the biggest clash?
Well, look, to be honest, the defense is not a 20th ranked defense, even if they had the stats to back it up. And even if that last game was against, a top 15 team, to make you feel about it, better about it, because we don't have 2 starting defensive linemen. And then you can even add on 3, because who's our starting lineman for the middle of the line? I don't know. Just a fucking whoever Jerry Jones signs next that rhymes with, I don't know. Marvin Harrison next? Who
What's
knows?
ads guy? 98, Jordan Phillips?
Hey,
hey, you got it right.
Side quest. Riker and I were playing Madden 24, not the latest one. And he was I think who was he? He was Miami, and I was the Cowboys. And he kept on sacking me. He forced 2 fumbles with Jordan Phillips.
On Miami.
He was Miami, and I was.
But he had Miami, and Jordan Phillips. The kicker of the story is Jordan Phillips was on Miami, because you guys are linked forever.
Yeah,
but I don't know what the question was again.
The question was the biggest clash out of team overall, defense overall, offense overall.
It's going to be a real tough game for the Dallas Cowboys to keep pace, especially if I'm not so worried about the Steelers' offense, obviously, and I think. The scariest thing is the Steelers go up quick, 14 points on us, and now the Cowboys are chasing, and they decide, hey, now we're just going to shut down CeeDee Lamb and let every other C-ranked player on this team.
Cowboys cannot play with a deficit, especially not a 2-point or 2-touchdown deficit.
They got to win the toss. They got to go down there. They got to at least put 3 on the board first drive.
Yeah,
if they don't do that,
it's going to be a long day.
It's going to be a very long day, and if they get behind on these Steelers, shit's going to start falling apart.
You see the 8th ranked defense.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, if we look at our offense right now, Brandin Cooks is out. Brandin Cooks also hasn't been a target for Dak, so sure he has.
But he takes away guys.
Sometimes, if you've watched a couple of the films that people have been posting on, what the F is Brandin Cooks doing over the last couple of weeks, I didn't watch it in preparation for this conversation. I forget maybe it was the Baltimore game.
I've seen a few of them though.
Yeah,
too.
he's
I was going to say it's a good way to sell your point.
No, I was just saying
I was taking a deuce. I scanned a couple.
I saw the thumbnails.
I saw the thumbnails.
No. I forget which. It wasn't. What I was saying is I wasn't watching it after this Giants game.
Right.
It was prior, so I'm pretty sure it was
precogged it.
Yeah, Cooks hasn't been stretching the field as much as he should be, right? We talk about where is the Cowboys' deep threat to kind of pull those corners down. I think that if we look at what Dak does, he obviously can target CeeDee. He targeted CeeDee heavily in the Giants game, but Dak also has his comfort player. So Jake Ferguson is a comfort player. Hunter Lepke, I feel like, is becoming a comfort player for Zach. For Dak?
I don't know. How are we going to replace 2.1 receptions a game if Brandin Cooks is out?
Exactly. So now you have Tolbert, who seems like he's been more of a wide receiver 2 over Brandin Cooks. And I love the Archer. I love Cooks. I want him to be target. I want Dak to spread. I want Dak to spread the love to all of his boys. But in terms of Brandin Cooks not being there, yeah, do you elevate someone like Flournoy?
Yeah, look,
I'd rather have the unknown than the known.
I'd rather
in a situation like this,
even if that's the reason he has a good game, and then the NFL catches up to him the following week. Who cares?
We know what the other guys do.
Yes,
let's try. Let's get a little crazy here.
And I think you're right. Tolbert seems to be for all other purposes, the obvious number 2,
Yeah.
even if he's not running in that
Yeah.
position.
Well, I think we're onto something good here. Go back up to the rankings here. I just want to have a quick little spiel here. I think we are onto something good here. With the defense being 8th overall and the Cowboys offense, I think the 14 is a little bit inflated also. If the Steelers can get up two scores ahead of the Cowboys, that 8th ranked defense is going to have a field day.
It's going to do this.
Yeah, it's seatbelt time. So the Cowboys cannot let the Steelers offense and defense play with the lead. That when I look at those rankings, that's the most crucial thing to me.
Defense. If I'm the Steelers, what I'm going to do, you want to play this game? How would you beat the Cowboys if you were the Steelers?
Yeah,
Run 45 times.
Yeah, well, obviously, and you gotta like Fields is starting to get into a little bit of a hot streak. Even with the loss, he's pretty much kept Mr. Unlimited on the bench.
Unlimited.
Because he's able to come in and play. And would love to hear what Bryson has to say about them because I'm sure he's watching.
Cowboys Chris has something to say about it, and I'll hit it after your point because you're talking about exactly what Chris is laying down some knowledge here for us.
Yeah, my point is just that the if they get I don't really remember what the point was going to be.
You were talking about if Justin Fields is on a hot streak right now.
Oh yeah, just like he's gonna be someone who can run against the Cowboys too, right? And
Definitely.
And that's just gonna.
They've not been good against running mobile quarterbacks in a long time.
And I don't know that the Cowboys have the ability to keep the ball in their hands for long enough. Not with this run game. They're only running 32% of their plays.
Puke.
That's not really good. Like 40-60 is a good split on a team that's pass heavy. This is almost a 70-30 split.
Yeah, not great.
That's disgusting.
Well, Big Chris is you guys both mentioned something that Big Chris was saying. You have to remember what Justin Field did to the Cowboys in Dallas. The Bears almost put up 40 points on us. He had a big day. The Cowboys have trouble with running quarterbacks.
Always have. At least this era of Cowboys. I can't remember the last time we played against a mobile quarterback that I felt comfortable, and I don't feel comfortable
Jalen
against
Hurts.
Yeah, I guess, but they always score a lot of points though. Like the offenses always score. At least the Cowboys offense kind of kept it with it, and you always had that on like I'm just going into the CanFan era. At least you always had that hope that the defense was going to get a turnover. I don't feel that way that the Cowboys defense is almost about to get a turnover ever.
Right
now.
That's what I just remembered. How would you beat the Cowboys with this?
Oh, right. That's right. Yeah. If you're the Steve, that's the game that you have. Right?
Play action, a lot of play action with rollouts and options for Justin Fields. Give him a chance to run, get him out of the pocket, and you do that. And if they establish the run in the first quarter, could be a long one, man. It could be a tough one against these Steelers.
And then on on the defensive side, I'm gonna jam up CeeDee Lamb as much as I can, keep double coverage on him just to make Dak either have to wait an extra half second, and then be doing some dynamic running and heavily going against that rookie left tackle.
Well, you hear
Tyler Guyton.
You hear lots about how the cover 2 defense that a lot of teams aren't able to beat it, and this is that time. I don't even think you'd go cover 2 defense playing against the Cowboys right now. I think you just heavily cover, like you said, double CD, roll coverage 2 CD, and then make the Cowboys' other players try to beat you. You're not scared of the run game. TJ Watt's not scared of their run game. TJ Watt's not scared of Tyler Guyton. Tyler Guyton's had a fucking battle, man, against guys he's played against.
He's the most penalized offensive lineman right now.
But look at some of the dudes he's playing against.
Yeah,
like he's got, and it's not going to get easier. Next week he's got Aiden Hutchinson, and then after the bye week he has Nick Bosa. He's played against all of the top defensive ends by week 7 of the NFL season, so it's not going to get easy.
Yep.
But
I'm similar.
As long as like this is good for him. Hopefully, he's just going to take that progression each game. And if he gets out of this one, even if he gets penalties and even if he allows pressures, but the Cowboys can move the ball, that's okay. I'm not going to give him too many negative marks for that, right? This is if it comes from TJ Watt, if it comes from another schlub on the Steelers.
Yeah, I mean, what would I do to beat the Cowboys is similar answer. A lot of play actions and perimeter runs. I mean, send our guys to the outside. We've seen the Cowboys struggle. you do have that get out of jail free card with that mobile quarterback. So the offense can be deadly against the Cowboys, who are suffering. So this will be interesting to see which. I mean, hey, it's a next man up league. What happened last year when Diggs went down? Deron Bland stepped up and he became a phenomenal player. So hopefully we have another Cinderella story similar to that. I might be reaching for that on the Cowboys side, but on the defensive side for the Steelers, it's like I would be also putting as much pressure on Dakota as I can. I would be blitzing. I would be breaking through that line. Like Anth said, Guyton's been having problems because he's been going up against some pretty big dogs. So, TJ Watt's going to have a field day with him, but I would still send guys. We see that when Dak has to be quick and think on his feet, he can get struggling. He can get rattled, right? Dak's notorious for these 3 and outs. I mean, and that could just be us from a Cowboys fan perspective, but I'd put a lot of rushing pressure on Dakota Prescott because I know they don't have secondary or wide receiver options as much as they would with Brandin Cooks. You only got CeeDee Lamb and possibly Jake Ferguson if he shows up this game.
Well,
and what would you do? Wage?
Me? I said.
We already all wait.
Guess what? Wasn't listening.
I know. Classic. Betting odds spread Pittsburgh -2.5. So basically a coin flip.
Yeah,
here.
because they're at home.
Coin flip. Over under 44. What's your thoughts?
Over. Definitely.
Someone's blowing out. Either the Steelers are blowing out the Cowboys or we're going to have a close one.
Hey, is this a good time to talk about our picks, not our selections?
Our underdog fantasy picks?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think so. That's a nice segue.
Okay, well, hang on. Let me just...
So AJ's going to get that. We got a little bit of a...
Log us in. Don't show the password.
Well, so while he's talking, just to touch on a little bit, before we get it going... Oh, man, it's going to be tough. The TJ Watt's a dog. Tyler Guyton struggled. I'm trying to think of another matchup that I'm really excited to see. Again, with Brandin Cooks being out, Ad talked about maybe like the Deron Bland effect, how we had Deron Bland have to step up on defense last year. Maybe this is a perfect time for maybe a Jalen Tolbert or one of our other wide receivers to really kind of come out. And I don't know if you guys have seen the charts about the Cowboys separation, like wide receiver separation.
Has not been good.
It's been awful. It's been under 2 yards separation overall as a wide receiver room. So awful, terrible.
But I mean, with that, it is still the greatest time of year again because football is back and it's here to stay till February.
Over 1 million fans across 33 states got in the game last year by making picks on Underdog. That's UnderdogFantasy.com. Win up to 1,000 times your money. What? Yes, I said 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player stats, i.e. touchdowns, i.e. passing yards, i.e. and more.
And I mean, ultimately, the thing I like most about this for someone who struggles with things sometimes, they make it very, very easy for you to go in, choose a higher or lower, find your players that you like, and you get a chance to win.
Okay, well, look, we've done this now 2 weeks in a row.
Yep.
Or three weeks in a row, I think. This time we're gonna do another live pick because we got an updated script.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna.
So we'll do another live pick here. Here's the thing that we missed last time. We got this promo. We got Kirk Cousins for a higher of 0.5 total yards. So that's a gimme. Let's add that to our picks. Boosh.
Oh, they just
Boosh,
give
baby.
You, oh, so they give you one.
They just give us that one basically. Here you go. Now we want to.
Okay. Now we need 2 more.
Are we going to do Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, we got to do Cowboys.
Gotta do
Cowboys.
All right. So pick a player.
Pick a player, any player.
CeeDee Lamb's been our hottest player. I like rolling with CeeDee, guys.
Higher?
Do you figure it's going to be higher or lower on 80.5 yards, or get the 1.14 times multiplier for if he gets a rushing or receiving touchdown?
Multiplier us. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So now we can go with that, or we can pick one more.
What do you guys feel comfortable? I think we roll one more. Let's pick a Steelers player because we're crazy.
That's cool. Poppy likey.
Ooh, crazy would be picking a running player on the Cowboys.
That would not be a good idea.
So, I mean, I think Justin Fields, just because he's going to have the ball in his hands, is a good choice. But they also have Pickens up here. They got Pat Freiermuth, the tight end.
Van Jefferson, Najee Harris.
I feel like any running back is such a good higher or lower pick.
Okay.
I haven't watched a lot of the Steelers, so I'm not satisfied with that. Do you want to just roll with Justin Fields, Justin Fields for higher or lower? Let's just pick one.
Yeah, okay. Let's do his rushing yards. He's got 43.5 rushing yards.
That's pretty high, but what do you guys think?
I think he's going to get.
I think higher.
I think he's going higher than 43 rushing yards.
I agree.
We're not talking about tuds here. We're talking about just rush, right?
Straight rushes, yeah.
You don't like that, AJ?
No, yeah, sure. Let's do it higher.
Yeah,
higher.
And now we just finally put in our amount. What do you think? We got 85 in the kitty.
Let it ride.
All of it?
Yeah. Okay. Let's do 75.
I was gonna say. Okay.
WayJ was gonna go like $10 probably.
Just let it.
Yeah,
ride.
I just wanted to go a little bit so we have some cash in the kitty.
bro.
Let it ride. When CanFan lets it ride, we'll re-upload.
Okay. Do we do the flex pick?
No, we're doing standard. We're getting all three correct.
Okay.
Let
We
it
got
ride.
crazy like that.
All right. So here's our final. We got Kirk Cousins with the gimme.
1503 Jose Martinez is saying 200. That's crazy.
We only got 85 in the kitty, but hey, we'll do this again. This is fun. CD Lamb 0.5 rushing or receiving touchdowns, or a combination of both. He gets one, doesn't matter. And then Justin Fields 43.5 rushing yards. We got higher, so we went higher on everything.
Booyah.
$75, locking it in for 3 correct. Let's go. Might ask me to
confirm yourself.
Oh, I can only put $10 in because of that freebie. That's
All
okay.
right, that's okay.
Good view.
AJ's stoked with that.
AJ likes that it's only $10.
Well, because then it extends our
right.
play. It's gonna
Lock it in, confirm it.
It's gonna ask me. I'm gonna have to turn off my
UnderdogFantasy.com. Pick them higher or lower. That's fun. I like doing that.
Okay, Adam.
Yeah, bring it up here. And I'll finish off this read so we can get back to the program. Making picks on Underdog is straightforward, and signing up is even easier. You just have to head over to Underdog's simple-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with promo code CANFAN, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use your first cash pick'em entry plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code CANFAN to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer. You must be 18 years or older, 19 plus in Alabama or New England, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER. Or visit www.ncpgambling.org. For Arizona, it's 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Or text next step to next step 53342. Alex, you go ahead.
Next step to 53342.
This ad has a tough. This ad. Don't read this part ever again.
Go ahead, AJ.
Text next step to 53342. New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369.
Anyways, appreciate y'all. This is Underdog Fantasy Sports.com.
Okay, back to our original programming.
Were you over there doing some counter picks, Anth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like your guys' picks.
You know what I do like though? Another crack 'em if you got 'em,
Crack 'em
baby.
if you got 'em. Yeah, me too.
CanFan is selling
get me
out.
over. Yeah, we got in our other sponsor, Drip Vodka Seltzer. Crack 'em if you got 'em.
Hey, crack 'em if you got 'em.
Okay, what do we got? Do we want to look at? Okay, what do we want to look at? Let's get our piss chart up.
Yeah.
I want to see our piss chart. I want to see our PFF
lineups.
I want to see our lineups. I'm scared to see what the Cowboys defense looks like, but I would like to see how I'm a visual learner, so when I can see these PFF nickels or 11 personnels, I like to see how we match up. And I know that's the Cowboys defense without even looking at anybody's name.
So we're doing the 11 personnel, 3 wide receivers for the Steelers and the Cowboys nickel.
Oh man, Cowboy. Yeah, the Cowboy. Just by looking at this color-coded PFF or defense by the Cowboys, nickel defense by the Cowboys, what's something that kicks out to you? There's a lot of, and we said this last week, there's a lot of lower colors. It looks like autumn. It looks like autumn for the Cowboys defense.
Perfect for the season. I mean, there's no bright spot out on this field on Sunday.
There's no guy over 67.4, and that's our nickel corner.
That's our nickel corner, yeah. And
that's scary.
Look, if you want to pick a bright spot, it's well, at least both of our linebackers are in a average place.
Yeah,
Fucking kill me.
Safeties,
Fucking kill me.
I mean, what can you even say about this? This essentially feels, by looking at this, it feels how the Cowboys defense is played.
It feels like we're playing the DeWack League back in 2008, and we have to we've limited ourselves to only drafting 60 players.
Yeah.
Our highest rank,
60 ranked players.
Our highest rank on the PFF rankings here is Kendricks at 32nd. That means that we do not have a player, arguably Kendricks. We don't have. There's more players on other teams who have 2 players who are ahead of ours.
Oh yeah, you'll see it.
Like,
wait till you look at the Steelers defense, which we'll hop to after. But you just wait. Just wait.
Do you want to go down to the Steelers?
Yeah, let's look at the Steelers offense. Look, greens. Oh my God, green. Fields is a green. Fraser, a guy that we talked about drafting. Not saying he would have been the right decision because Cooper Beebe has been very good, but Fraser's been a good center for the Steelers. Then you have Moore Jr. You have Pickens, who's killing it. AJ, who's their tight end? What's his name?
Fucking Fairmouth.
That was actually
Fairmouth.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Here's what I wish though. Austin 3, he's number 19. He would have been Austin 316. Austin the third. That would have been fucking awesome.
Guys, I mean, realistically, this isn't looking great. Their offensive line strong. They do have an unranked rookie starting at left guard. So that's could be a bright spot. You're going to have to disguise the defense. Mike Zimmer's going to have to try to get crazy here, and he's going to have to try to send blitzes. Nobody's seen the Cowboys play with Wheat and Golston before at defensive end. Your best chance to kind of get them by surprise is run coverages and run linemen that they haven't ran in the first 4 weeks. That you're going to have to run disguises. You're going to have to get tricky. You're going to have to send. You're not going to get pressure with just 4 guys. You're going to have to rush 5 lots of times.
Yeah, but at the same time, you're going to have to rush them and have, I don't know, a spy or someone who is going to watch for Fields to kick out, because that's exactly what he's going to do. Even if you get pressure on him, that's what these types of quarterbacks do. Is they're like, okay, fine, then there's a hole somewhere, and I'm going to open that hole right up.
Spread it.
Well, that's why the play action can be very deadly to a team that's struggling on a run defense, because and then you have the mobile quarterback.
Yeah, because you sell out. They're going to sell out to stop Najee Harris.
Yeah.
Justin Fields gets out to the right, and then you got guys wide open, or he runs and picks up a first down. This is a scary matchup for the Cowboys. The Cowboys, and this isn't even the matchup that might win or lose the game. The matchup's the Cowboys offense versus the Steelers defense, because in my mind, for the Cowboys to win this game,
defense needs to show up.
No, the offense has to score.
Sorry, offense. Yeah, offense needs to show up. Defense needs to show. Offense needs to show up and score a lot of points.
And then now you look at this Steelers defense, and they got 3 blues, baby.
Oof.
They got 3 blues. They got TJ Watt, they got Hayward, and they also have Elliott. All looking healthy, looking hydrated in that
looking tough
royal blue. And then you even got Herbig
and Fitzpatrick are
Minka Fitzpatrick at 76.7. Then you got Elliott. They're the opposite of the Cowboys. Their defensive line is deadly, and their safeties are deadly.
Looking tough.
There are some weaknesses if we look at their cornerbacks and the linebackers are,
someone you could cook them and book them if you had Cooks.
Queen's a good player though.
Queen is a good player.
Queen's a good player, and Porter Jr.'s been decent. Like those names, yeah, they have low grades, but because they have such good players around them, maybe they've just been kind of targeted in certain situations. Truth. But this is the perfect game for a guy like Queen and a guy like Porter Jr. to have a bounce back game against the Dallas Cowboys offense.
Yeah, we've seen that too in the past with some of the where the eye test at least is like, wow, this guy's a standout player, but then when we come look at the PFF, their grade is low. So there's more than just how a player looks on the field. They take into account a lot of things that we do not.
Yeah, like how the fuck is Jalen Brooks a 62? Hey, look, I'm glad he's not fucking dehydrated, but like he's not even ranked there, right?
76th, he's ranked.
Jalen Brooks?
Oh, sorry, I was reading Tolbert. Jalen Brooks is not on here.
Hey, he's
to the left.
Jalen Brooks. Oh, yeah, he's not ranked. Sorry. I was looking at Tolbert for some reason. Because I was thinking Cook still.
Yeah, you got Brooks.
My bad.
Hey, instead of Cooks,
you got Brooks.
You got Brooks.
You got two Jalens and a Lamb?
I like that. 2 Jalens and a Lamb.
Well,
not feeling confident though. I like seeing that Rico Dowdle's got a decent ranking, but you look at these colors and sure, they're not giving you stats. They're just doing a very quick eye test. Smith looks decent. Zach Martin, of course, is going to be good. CeeDee Lamb, I'm surprised he's not a bit higher up there, but it's going to be a battle. And this is the offense versus the Cowboys offense versus the Steelers defense is what's going to make or break this game. Yeah, and the Cowboys also have a really low yards per separation or separation yard average. Yeah, it's under 2. Their wide receivers are under 2 yards of separation average.
Now, I don't know if that's like good enough.
No, they were like bottom of the NFL.
Bottom of the NFL. So no, but that's what I mean. Like, I don't know if that's just like, okay, that's good because we're playing our offense a certain way. So like, all we need is a yard or 2 yards. It just doesn't make sense when you look at.
But it was like that last year too. It was like that last year too, and they kind of succeeded with it a little bit. Their offense was good. Well, CeeDee Lamb and Jake Ferguson were at least. But I don't know. Looking after what are you guys' thoughts on after looking at the PFF depth charts?
I thought our offense was going to look a little bit worse in coloration than it actually is. I mean, our defense, right where we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
But you know, they're as much as the greens are there. I mean, we know some of our guys that are green or are slight green should be higher. Like CeeDee Lamb should be a blue. We know he's going to get to being a blue. Fergie should be a green, not a green apple, but a green.
Well, when you're talking about blues and greens, what we're saying is that are you saying that you feel they have looked better or than what these rankings are?
No, I'm seeing like
putting them in.
I know they can play at that level.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Even though they're not ranked at that level right now, I know they can show up as those people, and that's what I'm more
just for the audio.
Yeah, sorry. For the audio listeners, we're very I'm a visual learner, I guess you could say. But looking at the spread here, I think Fergie can show up this game. Absolutely, CeeDee Lamb. Dak Prescott, very surprised that Dowdle is in the green. I think it's probably from his last game. And I think the smart thing for the Cowboys to do is give him more touches this game, get rid of the whole running back by committee. It hasn't been working, but we do need to hammer that rock on the ground a little bit harder. But yeah, I mean, I thought the offense was going to look a little bit worse than it was there. I'm not saying that the Steeler defense is scary compared to our offense, but I feel like what Alex said, if you match up a CeeDee Lamb and a Fergie to some of these corners, I mean, I know Fergie's going to be, if you look back up to the defense, Fergie is going to be playing against a dehydrated fucking linebacker right there, that left outside linebacker. Not all the time, but for the most part. Queen is a good player, but is he better than Ferguson? We're going to see. And I feel better about our corners with some of our other guys like Tolbert and Brooksy, our 2 Jalen's, taking it up. It's those safeties that we got to worry about.
All right, let's get past this PFF color-coded bullshit. And should we jump into the NFL power rankings?
Hell yeah. Last thing I want to say, though, is Prescott and Lamb are definitely under what I thought that they should be.
Dak Prescott, 66.0, light green, means bad. Lamb, 67.5, light green, means bad.
So for those guys, yeah, they need to be
80s.
In those 80s. Okay.
Totally.
What was it? Power rankings.
Power.
You want to do power rankings or this big picture 10 storylines? We could roll through that one.
I think we just finished with power rankings, to be honest.
Okay.
10 storylines, I think.
Welcome.
We could do that too.
You could scan through it.
We could do. Fuck it.
Scan through it.
You said it. We do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's
do it live.
And you know why? Just number one, it's from DallasCowboys.com by our boy
Nick. Eat me out, Eatman.
Eat me out, Eatman, aka Neckbeard Nick. Not in this photo.
No, Neckbeard is not Eatman.
Oh no, Eat me out, Eatman.
That's Nick Harris.
Nick Harris. Right. Sorry, Nick. Sorry, eat me out. Okay, Steelers.
So they're just breaking it down. I think 5 stories, 5 storylines for the Steelers, 5 storylines for the Cowboys. We're going to try to do this in rapid fire succession.
Yeah. So setback in Indy, the Steelies were rolling. The Steelies were rolling. But last week in Indianapolis, the Steelers fell behind the Colts, still dropped a 27-24, or they rallied and still lost 27-24.
We bleed.
But they were on their way to, yeah. This is our Colts.
This is our time. This is our bleed blue.
We love them.
Does the horse?
Okay. Fields and so
The
anyways,
I got it.
Steelers are almost 4-0, but they lost.
They lost. They're 3-1, baby. Fields and Russ, the Steelers made a pair of big changes at quarterback and brought in two big dogs in Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. As we get ready for week 5 in Dallas, there might be a tough decision for head coach Mike Tomlin to make at quarterback. I don't agree with that, by the way. Wilson is nearing full strength after a calf injury that put Fields into the lineup as a starter. Fields had the Steelers at 3-0 before Sunday's loss to the Colts. In that game, Fields threw for a touchdown and ran for another, but also had a costly fumble. It might be a decision Tomlin makes closer to the end of the week, depending on Wilson.
Doubtful.
Health. What do you guys just say?
Fields.
Just really, Fields.
Fields.
Yeah, Fields.
100 watts, 100.21 gigawatts. The next time TJ Watts brings down a quarterback, even if he needs some help, it will be the century mark for his career. He's sitting at 99.5 career sacks, which includes 3 this year. He's led the leagues with sacks 3 different times in his career, including last season with 19 sacks.
He's hitting it.
Over under 2.5 sacks for Watts in this game.
Oh, under. I think under. But I think he hits 100.
Okay.
Well, that they said he just has to get a half
sack. Yeah,
half sack.
I think he gets that.
Guard up, guard down. The Steelers are once again going to be missing one of their starting guards, although it won't be the same situation as the previous weeks. Just when starting guard Isaac Suamalu is returning from injury at left guard for this game, the Steelers now will lose right guard.
Oh, poor little baby.
He suffered a season-ending Achilles injury.
We're
Actually,
like-
okay.
James,
sorry about that.
James D.
Ice up, son.
Ice up.
So, storied history. As everyone knows, the Cowboys Steelers have a pretty big rivalry. The only Super Bowl matchup that we've seen 3 separate times is between the Cowboys and Steelers. Although it has been nearly 30 years since the last postseason matchup, the Cowboys and the Steelers have their own kind of rivalry that dates back to the 60s. The Steelers is not only the Cowboys' first ever opponent back in 1960. Okay, there's some history. But also the team's first ever victory, which didn't occur until week 1 of 1961. Overall, the Cowboys lead the series 17-16 despite a 1-2 record in the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, baby.
Well, Steelers are playing for that 500 game.
They are.
Let's move on to the Dallas Cowboys
stories. So double-edged loss. What's worse than losing your best pass rusher? How about losing your 2 best? And if you had an injury back in the preseason, it would mean 3 top pass rushers the Cowboys were counting on, which is they're talking about Sam Williams.
Sammy Dubs.
Micah Parsons is week to week with a high ankle sprain and expected to miss the game. Tank Lawrence is going to be out 4 to 8 weeks. He's on the IR, and same with Sam Willie is in the IR with a torn ACL. MCL back in camp.
Yeah, and Williams is out for the season, so he ain't coming back.
So they're saying, and then I guess the next one's a replacement. So this is a second. I mean, they took hey, eat me out. You're taking one storyline and you're spreading it into 2 posts here. What the fuck are you doing?
Down and out.
So that's to now answer.
I can't remember if it's AJ or me.
It's you. It's you.
Oh, it's me, the replacements. No, I did the history one.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's AJ.
Yeah, the replacements. The Cowboys will turn mostly to in-house defenders to carry the load with the likes of Carl Lawson, Tyrus Wheat, and Chauncey Goldston.
Jeez.
At the end possession, the team did sign KJ Henry. Who the fuck is KJ Henry? KJ Henry.
Who the fuck is KJ Henry?
KJ who?
He was on the Bengals practice squad, by the way. Perhaps the interior of the D-line could help bolster the entire line, considering Mozzie Smith is coming off his best game last week, combined with Osai Diguzuna, no doubt, and Linval Joseph in the middle. They'll be tested again with a physical Steelers running attack that could include Fields if he intends to get another
I think this
start.
just plays into what we talked. Like, they just named a bunch of people that none of us have any fucking idea who any of them are. So hopefully one of them stands out. But
a good thing that we
Replacement's
looked,
good football movie.
Great football movie.
great
Good thing
flick.
that we saw those names there. So if I do mention it on the Sunday night game,
we don't yell at you. I don't yell at you.
What? I have Big Chris here to defend me because you know he's going to know that.
He'll know.
Nowhere to run.
It's my turn. Nowhere to run.
Turn.
As for the Cowboys' own running attack, it ranks dead last in the NFL, averaging under 75 yards per game, which is dog shit. The team only has combined 3 rushes of 10 yards or more, and CeeDee Lamb has 2 of them. Wow. The committee of Rico Dowdle, Ezekiel Elliott, and Deuce Vaughn, and fullback Hunter Lepke, who we love, has yet to provide much of a spark for the offense. Despite that, team owner, GM Jerry Jones, said on Tuesday he doesn't expect veteran Dalvin Cook to be called up from the practice squad for this game.
Yeah, just keep him down there. Keep him on the bench.
Keep him on the bench.
The run game we haven't talked about it much, guys. It's been very bad.
It's been terrible.
Well, from the start, with a running game that is struggling to find consistency, quarterback Dak Prescott and his right arm have been forced to carry the load. But while we've seen them find their groove throughout the game, slow starts have been a problem for the Cowboys, who have been outscored 34-20 in the first quarter this year. In comparison, the Cowboys outscored their opponents 129-56 in the 17 games played last year.
Gotta get it.
Gotta get it, baby.
Gotta get it.
And what's next? We all knew rookie Tyler Guyton would have his welcome to the NFL moment early on. It's safe to say that has happened. If it wasn't facing Cleveland's Myles Garrett in week 1, Guyton had his hands full with the Giants' pass rushers Kayvon Thibodeau and Brian Burns. Well, it doesn't get any easier this week with TJ Watt screaming off the edge. How Guyton handles that and what kind of help the Cowboys provide him with will be a big factor in the game. Absolutely.
I agreed. And right into
Boldies and score predictions?
Is that what we're gonna do? No NFL power rankings?
Oh yeah, we gotta do power rankings.
We gotta just, and we're gonna go quick. Before you pull it up,
AJ was ready to fucking call us out there, but we're here.
No, we're fucking doing it. We're lightning rounding this shit.
Okay.
Give us your power ranking for the Cowboys. I'm going 13.
Sorry, what were they last week again?
I don't know. We don't know. We haven't done it. So just give us one. 13. We're fucking lightning rounding this, bitch. Just pick us a number.
Micah Parsons, 11.
Okay. Very nice. Oh, that's good because usually we're 1, 2, 3 in a row. I'm going to go, 13, 11. I'm going to go 15.
Oh, so we just went odd numbers in the teens. Okay. Okay, let's check them out.
Check them out. Eric Edholm.
You bitch.
You son of a gun. Okay, number 1.
Something goes wrong.
Number 1, where are you? Come on.
Come on.
It's going to be the Chiefs. No, whoa!
Whoa!
Vikings!
The Skulls.
Wow.
Skull.
Okay. So the Vikings, right off the get-go.
Then the Chiefs
dropped
naturally.
one. Chiefs dropped one down
And they're
to 2.
4-0, but they've had some not great looking
Haven't
wins.
looked great when your quarterback's taking out your top receiver's knee. I mean, you got to drop down one. Okay, number 3.
I'm the star here.
You ain't out showing me. So you got the Lions now at 3, who had a great game against the Seahawks. Very entertaining game.
Up one spot.
The Lions, who the Cowboys play after the Steelers. Not great for the Cowboys.
And they're coming off of a bye week, so Lions have a bye week this week.
That's right.
Good timing for the bye. Early in the season, although.
Yep.
Yeah, early bye weeks. Don't love them. Buffalo Bills.
The
Bills always just seem to
linger in the top 5. They did get embarrassed by the same Ravens, who the Cowboys came back in the fourth quarter to almost beat. But the Bills got smoked by Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry.
Oh, and there's an editor's update?
Yeah, well, they must have done this before the loss, then I guess.
The
At
Texans,
5, Texans are up by 1 to 5. They rose from 6 to 5.
and then the Ravens are climbing up. They were 0 and almost 0-3, and now they're back to 2-2.
Well, they were the best 0-2 team in NFL history, to be honest.
I probably have switched to Houston and Baltimore, but that's just me.
My biggest issue with the Ravens is after the Cowboys lost to them, it was like, oh my God, the Cowboys lost to the Ravens, to now they beat the Bills, and now it's their AFC contenders. That's my biggest fucking gripe.
Yeah.
What are they? Do they suck or are they good? Because if they're as good as you're saying, well, the Cowboys lost to them by 3.
I mean, they beat Josh Allen and the Bills. That's not an easy task.
I know, they're AFC contenders.
Commanders.
Up 9 spots.
They look scary.
James Polk,
the Commanders,
owe me a drip vodka seltzer.
The Commanders look scary at the beginning of the year. Did not think that they were going to be.
They look better than I expected. And I reached out to Ballin and Burgundy. I said, hey, man, you guys look a lot better than I was expecting.
Yep. And we were laughing at them.
At 7. Okay.
Thank you.
Up to 7. Up 9 spots. Jeepers.
Number 8 is Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Up 7.
Beat those Eagles.
Whoever thought that Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield and Andy Dalton would be the best quarterbacks in the NFL by week 5?
Jesus.
Did not see that coming.
Yeah, that's definitely like a weird Madden season. Green Bay down 2.
They look bad on their last. Jordan Love's back, first game back.
Jordan Love's back. He's 0-2 as a starter, and Malik Willis is 2-0.
Well, I'm surprised that they have him ranked 9. To be quite honest,
They didn't look very good against the Vikings. They did make a comeback. They ended up scoring, needing a 2-point conversion. Didn't get the 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
Here's the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Pittsburgh Steelers, who went down to Joe Flacco.
Look, they're top 10. They're a top 10 team in the NFL.
Yep, they're a top 10 team.
Seahawks.
Seattle Seahawks.
Didn't change.
So I am out of contention. I picked number 11, and guess what? I was wrong.
Coming in at 12, we have the
San Fran 49ers.
Wow.
49ers. They stayed.
They stayed. They're
Change.
I'll stay.
I'll stay.
They're a banged up team right now.
They're
too.
banged up. They got 2 Achilles McGee, also known as Christian McCaffrey. He's got some issues in those Achilles, man.
Oof. Philly
Is
down
that me out?
8.
I'm out now.
Down 8.
Philly dropped 8 spots down to 13.
Hey,
they were at
good.
5
Hey,
last week.
Good, you suck.
How the fuck are they ahead of them boys?
Because they is, man.
And that means
Saints.
AJ's in
I'm getting
contention.
it. I'm getting it. I'm
You
getting
looked,
it.
didn't you?
I
Joey?
did not look.
So,
You little slut. The New York Jets at 15. The 2-2 New York Jets and Aaron Rodgers sneak their way in at 15. What do we got? Give us the boys.
It's going to be the boys
Come
at 16.
on, boys.
The boys at
Come
16.
on. Oh, come on.
the
Get this
boys.
fucking out of the
Oh
Colts.
my
The Colts.
Oh
Up
my
This
two.
is our Colts. This is our team. We
I love
bleed
blue.
blue. All right, so the Colts at 16. Cowboys are there. They are.
There we are. Cowboys ranked 17.
Here we go. The injuries to DeMarcus Lawrence mid-foot sprain and Micah Parsons high ankle sprain put a real damper on last Thursday's narrow road win, and they are a big reason that the Cowboys aren't moving up this week. Fuck you. Parsons has never missed a game at any level of football before, so you know he's not in great shape right now if it's a question mark for Sunday. The schedule also doesn't get any easier. We've talked about this multiple times on the podcast. The run defense made a statement against the Giants, and it's nice to know essentially your fifth string cornerback can come up with a game-clinching interception, but the Cowboys can't keep living this high-wire life every game, especially without the benefit of difference-making ground attack. Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb can rally this team, but it's going to be some heavy lifting for these two the next 2 weeks before the bye.
And they just stayed. They were 17 last week.
Real quick, is Blow a mafia gangster movie?
Yes.
It's a drug-pushing movie.
Cartel? It's not mafia. It's not mafia.
It's not mafia.
I agree.
Cartel.
I don't think
Organized crime. Organized crime?
Organized crime.
Organized crime could be. It should be what it is.
Okay.
Is
But
what
not
we're
specific-
going with.
Not specific to mafia, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
not
Okay.
just like organized crime. I think is a better one.
Okay. Well, I'll kick off the boldies with
I have one question, just one side quest. What's the one where Benicio del Toro is the
Say his name
Sicario? Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, Benicio del Toro.
Whatever. Sicario.
Organized crime. And that would
that was good. It was great. I didn't see the second one. First one was very good.
written by Taylor Sheridan and directed by Denis Villeneuve.
That opens up City of God could be in there too. That's a great flick.
Love City of God.
So I think that opens. I would have
Okay,
to.
the
I would have to
organized crime drama opens it up.
Let's keep this combo going on Sunday.
The towns.
we will.
Up there? Okay.
So Botg comes up with a boldie. He says Overshown gets 2 sacks, Kalen Carson 1 interception, and Flanoy gets his first NFL touchdown.
That's a multi.
That's a big bold. Didn't give a score prediction, but that's a big.
Okay, well let's get our score predictions and boldies
Okay,
going.
you're hitting off first, Anth.
Holy shit! I always make fun of you guys for not being prepared. I'm not prepared for this. I really am not. You want to hear what I'm going with?
Yeah.
And this is good. This is my bold prediction. No, this is too stupid. I can't even go with it. I was gonna say Cowboys. I was gonna say Cowboys hold the Steelers to a shutout. That's just not happening. It's just like that's stupid. I'm gonna say they hold the Steelers to under 10 points.
Ooh,
And
okay.
that can be bold, right?
That's a bold prediction. Yeah.
Under 10 points?
Yep.
To hold the Steelers to under 10 points?
Especially with the injuries.
And are we doing back-to-back or are we doing all boldies first?
Ooh,
I'll just go back-to-back. I'm going to give a score prediction. I'm not going to go with my bold prediction because I want to try to at least have one right. I'm going Cowboys. I said earlier in the chat, it's a race to 30. I'm going to say 35-29 for Cowboys.
So that eliminates your boldie.
No, I said I don't want the same. I want
right,
different.
okay,
I want
okay,
to.
right.
I'm hedging my bet a little bit, or my picks.
Yeah. Boots has 23-20 Cowboys. Just so that you go. No, not. I mean, Boots is a Can fan, so we'll be able to put him up. It's not like we're waiting. He's not regulated to chat. Okay, I'll go next. I got the Cowboys 37, Steelers 19.
Okay.
For my score prediction.
Almost double in there.
And a bold?
And my bold is going to be Brandon Aubrey breaks the NFL kicking record.
Nice. I like that. So 67 yards.
For distance.
Has to be 67 or plus.
67 plus.
Not tie. Has to beat it.
No, yeah.
He's got that boot on him, man.
Yeah, scoot him if you boot him.
I like that you're going with Aubrey.
And another bold. Side bold. And no one will pick this. Side bold. Cowboys Chris gets to experience a win in the studio.
Yeah.
Ooh. Then he's 1 for 1.
And then he'll be 1 for 1.
Got to get him to 500.
Okay, guys. I might be the first one to do this.
Oh God, you're picking Steelers.
I'm picking Steelers.
You fucking.
Oh, you fucking.
I can't even say
Fuck
on
you.
air.
Get the.
I can't even say on air what I want to say to you. Fuck, you're thirsty. You're fucking you're thirsty for that can-fan swag is what you are.
I'm just kidding. I'm going 20.
Yeah!
20.
Got him!
It's going to be closer. It's going to be 2019 for the Cowboys.
Ooh, that's a barn burner right there. I like that score.
Cowboys are going to get a safety against them though, so we're going to be angry at that point. So 2019 Cowboys, it's going to be a close one, but the Cowboys are going to come up with a win. And I'm going to say this. Oh man, what the fuck's a good bold prediction?
Well, these are tough, man.
Boldies
I
are
feel
really
like
tough.
the run game gets 100 yards. Like,
Okay, anything could be a bold prediction right now.
especially with the run game.
Yeah.
I'm going to say
Do a Rico.
No,
no.
I think touching the run game is just not.
Goal-
Yeah.
Golston's going to get 2.5 sacks.
Nice. That's a good one.
Could you imagine?
I just feel it.
Could you imagine?
Could you? Baji says, "Damn, AJ, you woke up and chose violence."
No,
Yeah,
AJ
he
was
fucking
AJ
with
was
us.
dunking on us.
Cowboys. Chris says Rikers Island with 2 touchdowns. That's his bold prediction because
Nice.
we have a game that weekend
Oh,
which he'll be
I
out
could
for.
see that.
Pack Attack says, "What's up, guys? If Adam joins the boys, would Davante Adams?
This is a super chat.
Yeah, this is super chat. $5 super chat from Pack Attack.
Appreciate it. Fucking love Pack Attack. I love this guy. I really do.
So he goes, "What's up, guys? If Adams joins the boys, would $5 he be the number 1 wide receiver?" So he's asking. It's a $5 super chat. I don't know the way it posts there. It fucks.
You don't
me up.
read the 4.
What's up, guys? If Adams joins the boys, would he be the number 1 wide receiver? Fuck you, man.
No.
Would he be wide receiver 1?
Adams would.
Are you laughing at me or are you laughing at the question?
You. Purely you.
Would $4.99?
No, I love the super chat. I just we got through it. What do you guys
know
think?
what? Why has he not grabbed the Ron Burgundy quote where he just reads whatever's on the screen?
And you do. And
I do.
Yeah, AJ, you got to get that.
Yeah, I will,
but what do you guys' thoughts? If he joined, I don't think he is. Yeah,
No.
just because he's got to learn the offense. I think it's a 1A 1B situation, but I still think CeeDee Lamb's that 1A.
Yeah.
I think having Davante Adams just makes CeeDee Lamb that much more of your number 1 target.
Totally.
Because you can't double him then. You can't double CeeDee Lamb if you have Davante Adams.
Exactly.
You can get a very good wide receiver 2, and then you can't double CeeDee Lamb. So if you get Davante Adams,
Like a T. Higgins.
like a Higgins, man, you don't even need a Davante Adams. You just need a guy that can get separation.
Jalen Waddle.
Anyone, just a fast, Jalen Waddle's a perfect example. So I still think CeeDee Lamb would be that 1A just because the offense last year especially ran through him. But I would love that to be a conversation.
Well, we got a big game.
We got a big game, and Baba says, "Anthony, pick on Adam." Thanks, Mama. Thanks, Mama.
Guys,
and we appreciate everybody out there. And I know a lot of you do know Steelers fans out there.
Yeah.
So
Well, let's do it to this. Let's go to the Steelers fan we personally know.
Yeah.
Oh, this is to Bryson?
This is out to Bryson.
This
We're
is to
calling
Bryson.
you out, carving it out.
and UK Steve.
And UK Steve.
And UK Steve.
Because UK Steve's going to.
He's going to the.
He's not going to this game.
Oh yeah, but he's going.
It
to
was
the Steelers
twice
game.
the amount of tickets.
Yeah,
Twice the amount.
Fair.
So if you know Steelers fans like we do, aka Bryson fucking Garver
and Steve, fucking not gonna
UK Steve.
UK Steve. Yeah,
You could go and tell them to go fuck themselves.
because the Cowboys get into that fucking 3-2, baby.
3-2 on the 3-2 is on the menu.
3-2.
3-2. 3-2. 3-2. 3-2. 3-2.